Hey everyone, welcome to Myth Talk. Today's Myth Talk is on Santa Claus himself. Let's get into it. Santa Claus, also known as Saint Nicholas, Kris Kringle, Father Christmas, or simply Santa, is a legendary figure originated in Western Christian culture who is said to bring gifts to the homes of well-behaved, good or nice children. On Christmas Eve, December 24th, and the early morning hours of Christmas Day, December 25th. The modern Christmas the modern Santa Claus grew on the tradition surrounding the historical Saint Nicholas, a 4th century Greek bishop and gift giver of Myra, the British figure of Father Christmas, and the Dutch figure of Santa Claus, himself also known as Saint Nicholas. Some maintain Santa Claus as absorbed elements of the Germanic god Woden, who was associated with the pagan midwinter event Yule, and led the wild hunt, a ghostly procession through the sky. Santa Claus is generally depicted as a portly, jollious, white-bearded man, sometimes with spectacles, wearing a red coat with white fur collar and cuffs, white fur cuffed red trousers, a red hat with a white fur and black leather belt, and boots, who carries a bag full of gifts for children. This image became popular in the United States and Canada in the 19th century due to the significant influence of the 1823 poem A Visit from St. Nicholas, and the caricaturist and political cartoonist Tom Nast. The image has been maintained and referenced through the songs, radio, television, children's books, films, and advertising. Santa Claus is said to make lists up for children throughout the world, categorizing them according to their behavior, good or bad, or naughty or nice, and to deliver gifts including toys and candy to all the well-behaved children in the world and coal to all the misbehaved children in the world. On the single night of Christmas Eve, he accomplishes this feat with the aid of his elves, who make the toys in his workshop at the North Pole, and his flying reindeer who pull his sleigh. He is commonly portrayed as living at the North Pole and saying ho 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 often. Pre-modern representation of the gift giver from church history and folklore, notably Saint Nicholas, known in Dutch as Sinterklaas, merged from the English character Father Christmas to create the character known as to Americans and the rest of the English-speaking world as Santa Claus. In the English and later British colonies of North America and later in the United States, British and Dutch versions of the gift giver merged further. For example, in Washington Irving's History of New York, which came out in 1809, Santa Claus was Americanized into Santa Claus, a name first used in the American press in 1773, but lost his bishop appeal and was first pictured as a thick-bellied Dutch sailor with a pipe and a green winter coat. Irving's book was a impugn on the Dutch culture of New York, and much of this portrait is his joking invention. But around Christmas time, he is not always the only one that a lot of people have out there. There's also the Joulpuki, which is original Santa Claus from Finland, the Muculus, which is from Hungary, Poland, Romania, Slovenia, Czech Republic, Slovenia, a figure who brings treats before Christmas. Comparisons of Santa Claus, Jack Frost and Old Man Winter, which is mythical creatures as well. Let Zero, a basic character possibly diverged from Roman traditions. Saint Nicholas of Myra and Saint Basil. Sinterklaas, which is the Dutch version of Santa Claus. The Tomte, which is a Scandinavian mythical creature. The Yule Goat, which is a Scandinavian Christmas symbol. The Yule Lads, a group of iconic figures who made leave gifts or rotting potatoes in the day before Christmas, which we have kind of talked about. The dead Morzo, which is Father Frost, which is from Russia, who plays a role similar to Santa Claus. A Most Gerla, which is the name of a character from Romanian communist propaganda. Krampus, in German-speaking Alpine folklore, a horned figure who, during the Christmas season, punishes children who have misbehaved, who we also talked about in Emu no Zraz. No matter who you believe is out there giving gifts to well-behaved children, whether it's Santa Claus, Father Christmas, Saint Nicholas, or etc., there's always someone out there that's going to help you around Christmas time. And the main figure in my Christmas was always Santa Claus. However, there's many different Santa Clauses out there, and if you guys want to further explore that, I highly suggest you go and do that. So, because it's quite interesting to see how others see the different Santa Clauses around the world. Anyways, with that said, I'm going to end out this Myth Talk. Next week's Myth Talk will be on dragons. Have a great day. Peace. Thank you guys for watching.